What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and here we have StarLord, legendary outlaw. And StarLord is one of the first characters that you unlock in this game. Literally right in level 1, you will unlock him, and he will be a part of your roster moving forward throughout the game, and that is fantastic because if you watched my top 10 video of characters that you unlock throughout the game, my top 10 favorites, he was up there. I think he was number 8 or number 7, and with great reason. There are so many awesome things that you can do with StarLord, and I think a lot of people are going to find themselves playing with him quite a bit. And it has a lot to do with everything that he brings to the table, and not just the fact that he is a favorite as a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, with the Guardians of the Galaxy DLC set to come out in a couple days, thought it was really a good time to go ahead and showcase Mr. Peter Jason Quill himself. And yeah, man, so there's two versions of StarLord. You have his gray suit, and then you have his red suit. And I guess they're both technically from Guardians 2, I guess. I'm interested to see if they end up doing a third version of StarLord with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 DLC. I guess we'll see. And one of the greatest things about StarLord is the fact that he flies, and he is one of the easiest characters to control with flight. So I think a lot of people are going to use him quite often in the races. A lot of times you're going to hear me say when I talk about this game that StarLord is one of the best, or of course one of the two goblins, Green Goblin or Hobgoblin, are the best. I definitely think that any of those three are going to win you most of your aerial races. Arthur Parsons himself is on record as saying that StarLord is probably the character that they recommend the most. I love that he has his two blasters. These are element blasters, and they are registered to his own signature DNA. You can't just pick them up and fire them. These are registered just to him. It would have been cool if he could fire, if his projectiles that he fires change from water to electric to earth to whatever. I don't know if that's what they've done with him in the MCU. I haven't really noticed it. I think he just shoots energy. But in the comics, these are elemental weapons, and he actually shoots different elements based on what he sets it to. So that would have been kind of cool to see. Obviously, I'm going up here to the dreaded Green Goblin race that has been altered, and this is who Arthur was recommending to a lot of people that were struggling trying to beat this race. Obviously, I don't have the OG original race left to do, but we can go ahead and just do a quick aerial race just to kind of show off the fact that even somebody as awful at air races as I am, or any races for that matter, somebody that's just terrible at racing is able to actually handle him pretty well. For whatever reason, he just handles a little bit better than a lot of the flight characters, and he's just a little bit more maneuverable. Now, you really don't actually have to go too fast with this race, but I felt like with using StarLord and using even the goblins, I felt like I was just able to control them a lot, especially if you miss. Like, if you miss right there. Now, I hope I don't ruin my video by not passing this race. But he's just, for whatever reason, a lot of the flight characters are just a little herky-jerky, and when you make a slight movement, they'll move a little bit more than you intend. That's not the case for StarLord. StarLord runs a little bit smoother. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he was built that way versus everybody else, but I would imagine it just has to do with the fact that, he has jetpacks. Maybe he has a jetpack, and then he also, he's got propulsion from his boots. That is something that we saw in the movie. So I think the intention was for him to just be a little bit more maneuverable. And for that, you can definitely be excited. There are still some complicated races, I guess you could say. The Vision race is a little bit long. You do the Vision race right here. This is where you unlock Vision. That race is a little long, and you'll definitely want to use StarLord for that. But one of the biggest things that I think a lot of people are going to love about StarLord is how they captured his Volume 2-ness. You know, how they captured his... Well, I don't know if it was really Volume 2. It's really just in general. All you have to do is, hold down the circle button, and he throws on his headphones, and he gets in the dancing mood. There is an achievement that you get for having 5 characters dance. It's Dancing in the Moon Night, with Moon Knight in it. One of the funniest things to do is to be somewhere where there's a lot of foot traffic, somewhere like this, somewhere like Xandar, somewhere like Nueva York, and to just kind of let them sit there. Walk away for like 10 minutes and come back, and I guarantee you that you are going to have just this massive party of people that are dancing and hanging out and doing their thing. So awesome character. Love a lot of these things, and love this musical aspect. Now, one of the cool things is when you're in this mode, which by the way is like infinite, he'll shoot, like he'll do his thing. This was not the right time for there to be a crash. Oh, I thought for sure we were about to have a crash there. So there you have it. But I also love the fact that StarLord's mask can go on and off by just pressing the left bumper. That's a really cool touch. And I love the way that it actually, like the animation of it actually going on. Now, obviously, one of the other things... Ooh, I think I just saw like a blue burst. Anyway, one of the other things that he does, he has one of these gravity mines, as we saw in the first movie. One of those little triangles that pulls everybody in. When he's, who is he with? Karath the Pursuer.
You have your camera with you, dear. I have another.
I'm very intrigued by who we're going to get in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 DLC. Usually we get 8 to 10 new characters, and they've already kind of given us a lot of characters from the Guardians Volume 2 movie, and I really hope they don't go overboard with reusing, you know, another Rocket and another Star-Lord, another Gamora, stuff like that. I really hope that we see, like, we can see Ego, we can see... There's definitely characters they left out, even from both movies. But we can see Ego in some way, shape, or form. I hope he kind of like turns into a massive planet. They can use Sean Gunn's character. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. There's definitely characters they can use. So I really would like to see new characters. I would even love to see comic variations. If they are going to do another Star-Lord, I hope it's his like Annihilation era Star-Lord costume where he's wearing all blue and he's got the awesome mask. That would be my hope. But yeah, man, I really can't wait. We're only a couple days away, and I know I haven't done videos on all the characters you unlock naturally through the story, so I'm going to start doing actual showcase videos where we do show off all the different characters that way. And the first one in line is Star-Lord. Now, there are wanted posters for Star-Lord in the Old West, which you might have noticed in my thumbnail. I love that. I mean, you just basically walk around the Old West and shoot a bunch of signs. And, you know, he is the legendary Outlaw. If you actually bring him on the screen, that's something that he'll actually say. I'm not going to be able to probably do it now because I've already kind of done it. I've already brought him on the screen. He's already said it twice, and that's basically it. But Star-Lord, legendary Outlaw. So there you have it, folks. That is Star-Lord. I don't really think he does all that much, but he does have also his ship, the Milano, and you can get it right there, and booyah, got yourself the Milano. And getting into the vehicle is a little tricky. Also, flying vehicles, a little tricky. So you can head on up to nowhere, should we so choose. I'm a long-time Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Annihilation, is really my favorite era of Marvel Comics. Everything in Annihilation, War of Kings, Realm of Kings, all that stuff, just super awesome, like my favorite. And I really think, I really can't, compliment it enough, and hope that people take the opportunity to check it out and read it. But without any further ado, we have the legendary Outlaw himself, StarLord. So I hope everybody enjoyed this showcase video of StarLord Peter Quill, and I'm looking forward to the Guardians of the Galaxy DLC that should be coming out on Tuesday, allegedly. We'll see it.